Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 6 of the Insurance Interest presented by Polaris Insurance Solutions. I'm here today with Amy Searcy, co-owner of Polaris, to talk about the importance of critical illness plans and to explain to us all really how they work.
Thank you, Nelson. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about critical illness plans. What are they? How do they work? Why should you have one? So a critical illness plan is a living benefit plan. So not life insurance, but a living benefit. So you would get a lump sum benefit upon diagnosis of a critical illness. What is a critical illness? Well, there are several types of plans. One will cover the big three that we think about: cancer, heart attack, and stroke. The other types of critical illness plans are a little more robust, covering those big three of cancer, heart, and stroke, but also kidney failure, renal failure, burns, paralysis, loss of eyesight, loss of limbs, things like that. As you can imagine, the more robust plans are going to cost slightly more than just a cancer, heart attack, and stroke coverage. But these are really important to have because these are diagnoses that many Americans will experience during their lifetime. 1 in 2 men will be diagnosed with cancer. 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer. And 1 out of 10 kiddos will be diagnosed with cancer, which is super sad. Heart attacks, every 40 seconds someone is having a heart attack. There's lots of stats that you can look up as to why this will probably relate to you at some time in your life. But the other thing to consider is that due to increased medical technology and care, 90% of people are living beyond the heart attack and have a longer lifespan beyond the cancer diagnosis. Well, that is amazing and great, but as you can imagine, it will cause more medical bills and things like that. So a critical illness plan is important to have because it's going to, be a benefit that really, honestly, you can use for whatever you want. What I would recommend doing is utilizing part of that lump sum. It can cover your deductible, your max out of pocket. What if you get cancer towards the end of 1 year and it goes into the next year? Now you have 2 deductibles to worry about. With a critical illness, that worry part really goes away when you're worrying and stressing over the financial impact of a critical illness. Okay, so when thinking about a critical illness and how you want to protect yourself financially on that is not just your deductible and out-of-pocket costs, but if you are working or not and your spouse is working or either one of you gets diagnosed, you're going to be out of work for a while. Or if your spouse gets diagnosed, you are going to probably take some time to take care of that spouse, go see them in the hospital, drive them to their treatments, be at home to care for them. So that means loss of income. Typically for most people like me, if you're not working, you're not making as much money, but your bills personally, and if you own a business, continue to keep coming in. So that can cause a big financial stress to the household and the business. So having a critical illness benefit can really take that stress and pressure off of you because you're already dealing with emotional and physical stress. So you don't need financial also. I'm going to give you a couple examples because they are ones that I experienced in my own life with my family. So my brother was diagnosed with a critical illness back in 2011 and unfortunately passed away in February of 2012. They did some really amazing medical things there. And as you can imagine, would be very expensive to do things like that. Well, he had a good medical plan, but he also had a critical illness benefit included. So it allowed his wife to be by his side several states away for that 2.5 months. So she didn't have to worry about paying bills or going back to work and leaving him at the hospital there by himself. So it was obviously very emotionally devastating when he passed away, but there wasn't a financial burden that she had to carry in addition to that. Then, unfortunately, about 6 months later, my sister was diagnosed with mesothelioma cancer. That is ridiculously expensive cancer to just prolong your life for a while. So she did medical trials and all kinds of things at MD Anderson Hospital, which was the best hospital to be at for that condition. However, as you can imagine, that's super expensive, and they did not have a very well-designed plan that included a critical illness benefit. So they went through their life savings and their kids' life savings. She passes away, and there's still financial devastation to occur. So you can see through these examples how important a critical illness benefit plan would be for your overall insurance portfolio. I do not believe in over-insuring people, but I do believe in covering them for the things that are most likely to happen in life, to then on the other side not to create a financial destruction or burden. So that is kind of a summary of a critical illness plan, how they work, how it doesn't work when you don't have one. And if you have any questions or want to discuss what a critical illness benefit looks like for you, feel free to reach out.